Today, President Biden vowed Russia would pay the price if it used chemical weapons in Ukraine after U.S. intelligence reportedly suggested that Moscow was preparing such an attack.
President Biden, your White House has said that Russia may use chemical weapons or create a false flag operation to use them. What evidence have you seen showing that? And would the U.S. have a military response if Putin does launch a chemical weapons attack?
I'm not going to speak about the intelligence, but Russia would pay a severe price if they use chemical.
All right, let's talk about this some more. Let's bring in foreign correspondent Maggie Rulli in Lviv, Ukraine, along with Phil Lipoff. He's across the border in Poland, and Alex Prichet with us here in our nation's capital with the latest from the White House. Alex, let's start with you and this threat of chemical weapons. It's entering the conflict, clearly, the discussion. Russia in front of the UN Security Council today accusing the U.S. of using them. So what do U.S. officials make of all of this, and what does the president mean when he says a severe price?
Well, Kira, on that last point, I mean, I think that is the big question. What does the president mean by Russia would pay a severe price if they used chemical or biological weapons? The White House has not tipped its hat one way or another. They've said consistently that we would not engage in Ukraine, but also you have to think that the use of chemical weapons would be a potential game changer here. Something else that the Biden administration hasn't done outright yet is call some of these Russian aggressions war crimes. The vice president has been asked about this, so has the president as well. There have been hints that they might be moving into labeling some of these actions as war crimes, but they haven't yet crossed that bridge. But then all of this is happening in the backdrop of this Russia speech during the UN Security Council today, where Russia was laying the groundwork, saying that they had uncovered these claims that Ukraine was using chemical weapons, which have not been proven.
Well, we're going to be having that discussion throughout the afternoon about possible war crimes and if Putin could even face those. So glad you brought that up, Alex. It's something we're going to stay on top of here on ABC News Live. Maggie, to you. The Russian Defense Ministry says the city of Mariupol has been completely blocked off now, with all the bridges leading to it completely destroyed. Tell us what's happening to people right now inside that city, and what's the latest on the fighting?
Yeah, Kara, it's scary. It's hard to even grasp what's happening inside that city. It's hard to get a hold of people. And we've been reaching out to people all day, trying to get in touch with them. Often it's their family members that we can only talk to. They're waiting to try to find out if their loved ones are alive or dead. The cell service is out, internet is out. They have no heat, very little food, hard access to find drinking water. I mean, these are dire conditions. Humanitarian rights groups say the humanitarian crisis is unfolding before our eyes. Hundreds of thousands of people are left inside that city. And there are reports that when they try to leave, they're fired on by Russian troops. So escape seems practically impossible, and humanitarian aid can't get in. Now, they've already been dealing with constant bombing and shelling for more than 10 days. And it's hard to imagine how much longer they're going to be able to hold on for, Kira.
And Maggie, Ukraine is accusing the Russians now of a so-called false flag attack on this village in Belarus. Tell us more about what you know and what it could mean for Belarus actually joining in on this conflict on a deeper level.
Yeah, the Ukrainian Air Force just posted this on Facebook today, saying that they have proof that Belarusian aircraft left Belarus, entered Ukrainian airspace, and fired back on a village in Belarus, all under this guise, according to the Ukrainian Air Force, that they are falsely accusing Ukraine of making that attack as an excuse so that Belarusian troops can get involved in the fight. Now, so far, Belarus has said they don't want to send in ground troops. They don't want to get involved. But here we know that Belarus and Russia have a long history of working together. The two presidents are very close. Belarus has already been used as a launch pad to send Russian troops into Ukraine throughout the entire length of this war so far. So they already are working closely together. And on top of that, today, the president of Belarus, President Lukashenko, has been in Moscow talking with President Vladimir Putin. They talked for more than 5 hours today. So it seems like no coincidence this is all happening right now.
Oh, and I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that conversation. Phil, let's take this to you. Belarus shares a border with Poland, where you are. What are you hearing from there about concerns that this conflict starts expanding, and what's being done to shore up defenses there in Poland?
Well, geography, as you know, plays a huge part in this area of Eastern Europe. Maggie just laid it out really well. I don't think anybody would be surprised if Belarus jumped into this war. It would, of course, be catastrophic for the Ukrainian people already under assault. But here in Poland, NATO states are doing everything they can to make sure that Poland knows it is supported, because Poland not only shares that border with Belarus that you were talking about, but also, of course, the long 330-mile border with Ukraine. We have thousands of troops, American troops, already here looking to assist the humanitarian crisis. We're seeing also 2 Patriot missile systems on the ground for defense moved from Germany to Poland. So Belarus getting involved, I don't think changes the way NATO looks at this. If, of course, Vladimir Putin were to attack a NATO state like Poland, that would trigger Article 5, and the situation would change completely. But as you heard President Biden say, he is doing everything to avoid that, because that would be World War III.
All right, Maggie Rulli, Phil Lipoff, Alex Prochet. Guys, thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.